What's going on, boys? Welcome back to another edition of Parlay Madness. Ian Garry taking on Carlos Prates. This is going to be a good card, boys. As always, going to try and help you make some money with the analysis from myself, my man JB, and in the middle, I think he's in the middle. I don't know. It might be different for you. We got Jamie, the new addition to the show. Zar. So if you remember last week, me and JB were saying like, man, we need someone to pull up the odds because JB's always moaning about he can't smoke his pack when he has to look for the odds. My computer or Wi-Fi is always going down when I have to do like 100 things. So the man himself, Zar, has come in clutch to help us give his breakdowns. He's a sharp guy as well. So not only will he help with the odds and stuff like that, but he's also going to give some of his takes on fights that he's interested in. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Zar. Introduce yourself to the audience. Where are you from? How do you bet, etc., and we'll get into it.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm Zar. I full-time sports bettor. I'm from California. Been watching the show for degen purposes. So heard they needed some help, and I'm down to hop on.
Let's fucking go. All right, man. So let's not waste any more time. We'll get straight into the first fight of the night. I'll just say what's up to the chat. Oluwajan Dream, Ray Fiado, Xavier, Jamal, Chris Jones, my man, Timber, and JB. How could I forget? How are you feeling about this card, brother? Me and you do it every single week. It's just normal at this point. Are you thinking we're going to make some money this week or what?
My gut, I'll just be honest with you, bro. My gut keeps telling me this isn't a good card, but sometimes when that happens, it is a good card. So I don't know. And my man Jorik in the comments is completely correct.
You're going to have to say what one.
When JB is stoned, he gets the best picks. My man. And now, this time, the pack won't go out. So we'll be actually there. I won't be looking like a goofy on the stream.
Let's go. Yeah, when JB gets stoned, that's when the crazy bets start coming in. Talking about Francis Ngannou submission round 5 and shit like that. So, my man, Dan, I appreciate you, bro. What's up? We got a lot of people. But yeah, let's get straight into the card, man. So Jamie, pull that first fight of the night up and we'll get into it.
Sure.
Oh, shit. No, I have to...
I think you got to switch it over, but it's up.
See, first day on the job for me, but... All right, here we go. So, yeah, Jocelyn Edwards versus Chelsea Chandler. I'm just going to go off on this one. I think this is a smash spot for Jocelyn Edwards, which sounds kind of crazy, right? Because she's massive chalk. Like, wow, how can it be a smash shot, a massive chalk? I just feel like she's better at every single realm of the fight. I think she's the better striker. I think she has the better UFC. I know she has the more UFC experience. She has more MMA experience. In my opinion, she's training at a much better gym. Now she's moved to a new gym. Much better training partners. I believe she's the better grappler, better submission fighter, to be honest, even though it might be a little bit close there. I think she's more physical, and I think she has better cardio. And I also believe that, that's basically every realm of the fight. I can't really think of any advantage Chelsea Chandler has. Because even on top, I don't know if she has advantage. They're probably both comparable. Jocelyn Edwards is pretty decent on top. She's won rounds from top position multiple times in her UFC career. Yeah, Chelsea Chandler's like a big chick and she, will throw ground and pound. I don't think she's super high level. She fell into mount on Julia, who's not very good anyway. And yeah, she smashed her. Outside of that, what's she really done? Nunes, who's about 3'8". I don't know, man. The only worry I have is that it's low level, meaning that when it's low level, mistakes happen. And then obviously the secondary worry would be kind of based on the same low level premise. But the secondary worry would be that Jocelyn Edwards a lot of times displays poor fight IQ. So I could see a world in which maybe she trips over her own kick because she just throws a head kick that shouldn't have been thrown because of poor fight IQ. She ends up on her back and then Chelsea Chandler jumps on top of her. Or maybe she's on top and she's just poor fight IQ. She goes for a sub that isn't there, ends up on her back. That's the only true worry I have. which is maybe, you can argue how much of a worry that should be. But outside of that, I think Jocelyn Edwards is better at every single realm of mixed martial arts. And she's younger with more experience, training at a much better gym. So, yeah, that's it for me. Maybe that Ozempic Chandler's going to come back looking like a new woman, but I don't see it myself. What do you think, JB?
I think I put too much Tiger Balm on, and now this is really minty right now because it's still on my hands. But, yeah, this is a good one, bro. I think this is super low level. I think if Chandler had some wrestling, she'd have some upside here. But I just don't trust her to get this fight to the ground. She gets to the clinch, and then it seems like she just doesn't really know what to do but kind of push. She's not really pummeling. A lot of it is just squeezing. And I think in that instance, Edwards is going to be able to pummel for her underhook, maybe, use some of those cage rips, get off the fence, start to land her own striking. When in the striking, I think she's the straighter puncher. I think she has the kicking upside. And I think that she lands the harder shots personally on the feet. Chelsea Chandler on the other side, most of her striking, I believe, is to get into the clinch. And I believe, her striking defense lacks a lot. Her head is on the center line, no real head movement, no footwork to get out of the way. She eats low kicks a lot. So in this fight, if Chandler isn't able to get the grappling going, I think Edwards is going to be able to paint her with body strikes, leg kicks, all that stuff. In the clinch is where I do get worried because we've seen, Jocelyn in some sketchy scrambles with some people, but I think she's improved, and I think those people had better takedown offense to get it to the ground. So, yeah, I like Edwards in this spot, and I think she's live for maybe even a late KO.
Bro, Edwards front kick KO. Jamie, what's the odds on that, bro? Because, I know the fight doesn't go to decision is plus 300, so Jocelyn ITD must be kind of crazy.
Bro, out of all my pack went out, bro. How does that even happen? I'm not even doing anything on my pack. Bro, crazy.
50 bet online.
Ugh.
Yeah. Wow. It opened 1,600.
Yeah.
Wow.
On FanDuel, it's plus 1,100, and I like the round 3 KO. It's plus 4,700. I would.
Yeah, definitely shop somewhere else.
I'd maybe sprinkle that.
Chelsea seems tough, but she also seems really shit. So
she got terrible cardio.
Yeah.
I think the leg kicks could add up.
She runs her defense is to run away.
Yeah.
She got dropped by Yana Santos, bro, in her last fight. She got completely dropped, and she was eating leg kicks the whole fight.
She is not the fighter that you want to lay a goes to a decision at minus 400 on, because
is that what
she is dangerous on top, and then outside of that, I know she hasn't been finished and she seems tough, but she's just so bad at MMA that at the end of the day, your toughness can only carry you so far, So I don't know, man. Do we want to put anything in parlays here?
I think I'm gonna put it in a parlay, but I like that round 3 KO, and I think it could be the next Edwards KO. The last bet we cashed on was Edwards KO. I think the next bet we cash on.
Wow. Yeah, we did. Shout out to Fabian. The boy got it done. No UFC, no problem.
What price do you want to use for that?
We don't have to write it down for this one. Do you like any props for this one, James, or no? Or just any place?
I want to write Edwards money line down. I want to write no, that's about it. I'm not gonna put Edwards ITD in a parlay.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but I think it's live, bro.
Yeah, it's live. I can't bring myself to do it.
You want to use what, 293 or 300 conservative? Or
yeah, whatever. I don't know, man. It don't matter.
Yeah, we use Bet Online. It's fine, bro. Whatever they have in there.
We go back and forth every episode. Yeah. Some episodes do that. So we did Bet Online for the first 20, and then I don't know, because they didn't have the round free.
The props are a little weird.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So that's it, man. Zah, you got any crazy ones on this one?
Nah, I think Edwards at least 75%. I don't see any less than that. Chandler's just not good at anything really. I think her only path would be I've seen Edwards get stuck on the cage a little bit. Just literally a boring clinch, greasy split, but the volume on the feet's not going to be close. I don't see Chandler getting on top for consistently. So I think it's Edwards for sure.
Yeah, and that type of game plan just doesn't win MMA fights anymore, man. That clinch game plan up against the cage. It really doesn't. Like, you can negate 4 minutes of clinch with one punch to the face. Like, you really can. One strike. So I like that. I like that. It's not so much if you take them down, it's rewarded a lot more than if you're just clinching them, even if you have the control, which is what you saw happen in the Christian Rodriguez's last fight with Melt Costa. You know, Christian Rodriguez won most minutes, and then one sequence won it for Costa because the minutes he was just holding them up against the fence. So I don't know, man. Chandler's
I like that scoring too. I thought Melky clear won that round too.
Yeah. I was on C-Rod, so I don't, but yeah.
No, so was I, but it was brutal. All right, next fight.
Yes, sir. Timmy's a boy of the podcast, isn't it, JB?
Really?
Well, no, we just like him.
Oh, yeah.
I think we called him sub last time, and he came like nowhere near. Although he did get on top in round 3.
We didn't say sub. I think it was just something else. It wasn't sub. It was
like we said. You don't think so? Because he was fighting Lucas Almeida. Sub seems kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we took the sub. I think we just took money line, bro.
I remember you was saying something about he was training with Dewey Cooper, or I don't know, like you had some insight.
Yeah, so basically, like Cooper was is his coach, and Cooper was in Saudi Arabia for his UFC debut, coaching Francis Ngannou for the boxing fight. So his coach wasn't there for his UFC debut. I know that's not like the craziest info, but it's something to think about.
Yeah, but then he was there in the fight that he got beat up against Lucas Almeida. So maybe he should stay in Abu Dhabi for this one. Because the Oki one was kind of close, bro. But that Almeida one wasn't the best. But by the way, boys, it was a 29-28, if I'm not mistaken, on all 3 judges' scorecards. Round 3, he got on top. And he started to go to work a little bit at the end of that round. So he came back. He showed me a lot of heart. He showed me good recoverability. And, man, I like Timmy, bro. I think he's got the skills. You know, when he first came into the UFC, I had bet him on a Dana White's Contender Series at 160, plus 160. And I don't know if I overrated him from that performance, you know, against Vogel, who's a decent fighter. But I thought he would do some decent things in the UFC. I thought he would string a couple of wins together. And obviously, he's coming on back-to-back L's. Now, the first fight was in a different weight class in a 50-50 fight. I don't hold anything against him, although he didn't press the action where, in my opinion, he could have won that fight. So you do have to keep that in mind, you know. And then the second fight against Lucas Almeida, honestly, man, and I don't know whether I'm just being biased, and I hope you guys can tell me if you think I am, but in the second fight, it seemed to me like he got hurt kind of early, and he just never really recovered, man. Like, I honestly think he wasn't really there until, like, the 3rd round. Because he got hurt multiple times as well. It's not like he just got hurt once. He kept getting hurt. And I think it's just because he never really recovered. Round 3, finally got his bearings back and started to put on some pace and pressure. And actually won the 3rd round, which is decent, you know, because you think of Kuwamba as someone who maybe starts fast and ends up slowing down. But he didn't do it in that fight. It was the other way. So, I don't know. I still think that he hasn't shown his best in the UFC. I think a couple of sequences in the Oki fight, he could have won the fight up at 155. I feel like Almeida, he just got clocked. It is what it is. Almeida's a good fighter, bro. Like, Almeida's lost against Pat Sabatini, but he looked good in his last loss against Danny Silva, in my opinion. That was a kind of a close fight. Danny Silva was minus 250 there, and Lucas Almeida, he fought valiantly. So I think he's a good fighter. You know, he got knocked out Trezano. He's done all right in the UFC. So I don't know, man. I still think Timmy got something that he hasn't shown yet. And I think he's going to show it here. I think Romero is the type of style fighter that Timmy does well against, at least early. You know, Vogel and Romero is kind of similar in the fact that they're going to put pace on, pressure on. Vogel maybe goes to the grappling a little bit more, but, you know, they're still kind of a similar archetype. And we saw Timmy just style on him early. I think Timmy can style on Romero early here. And I guess it's just going to be that pivot point after 7.5 minutes. Does Romero start to come on? But then you go back and look at this guy's regional scene, and even against Onama, you know, he slows down heavily later into the fight. So I don't know if this guy's just going to bring crazy pace in round 2 and round 3, bro. I honestly don't. I feel like he might even gas out himself. And I just feel like Timmy likes the style of fighter like Romero. Someone who's going to chuck a million strikes. he can counter, he can evade, he can use his style. You know, someone like Almeida, he's a little bit more patient. He's like a Muay Thai fighter, right? He's Muay Thai champion, I believe, Almeida, you know, or some type of champion. So he's like very like lead leg, 1-for-1. He hits you heavy. He's not walking you down, throwing crazy strikes like a madman. So it's kind of hard for Timmy to use his stylistics on that. And same with Oki. Oki's just a jab merchant who clinches you. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like Timmy had 2 bad stylistic matchups, and now he's getting a good stylistic matchup, although round 3 could get hairy. So, yeah, I like Timmy in this one, boys. I might end up playing him officially. I know someone on the panel is against me, so that'll be an interesting conversation. But, JB, what are we saying, bro? Are we going back to the well with Timmy again?
Yeah, I'll let you guys argue on that. For me personally here, I think the over is the side here. I think both these guys have shown really good durability. I think there could be some wrestling exchanges in this fight that start to, chip time off of the clock. And generally, I just don't see Kuwamba finishing Romero. I know it's possible. You can put pressure on him, but he's kind of I would feel like he's more of a counter striker volume. He doesn't really he could put you out, but I think Romero's tough. We saw that in the Onama fight. He was able to go all 15. Kuwamba hasn't been finished, since his regional days. So, yeah, it's possible maybe Romero gets the sub if you're on that side. Kuwamba possibly could win a decision, in my opinion. But overall, I just think the fight goes the distance is the play for me. And I'll stick with that. Maybe even put it in a parlay if you like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. A couple of people who I consider sharp have also told me the fight goes to decision. So, for that reason, I'll agree on it. I personally don't like the price too much. I think Romero kind of brings a lot of volatility into the fights and he can get cracked, and what is the price at the moment for that?
Minus 200. I don't think that's terrible, bro.
Minus 185 was like you can find a little better.
Yeah, I don't mind them. Yeah, no, minus 185 is right. If you're in the ones, it's fine. Like, I knew the over was like 250, so I didn't think it would be like a minus 180 because I don't see if it's going 12 and a half minutes, it's going 15 minutes in my opinion. Maybe you could say Romero cooks him late. I just don't believe it. So and that's why I'm more on the Timmy side, right? So yeah, I don't mind that one, JB. I'll rescind that a little bit, especially because you and a bunch of other people have told me it. So maybe we can bang that in a parlay. But Zar, I heard through the grapevine you might be on the other side of this one, bro. Like, tell me why I'm wilding.
No, I'm not super passionate about it, especially at this price. Earlier in the week, it was like Pick'em or even Romero plus 100. I like that a little more. I think you could argue 55-45 Romero just because he's got a little bit more, hate in his heart, a little bit more grit. Like, I feel like he fights for your money. And Kuwamba's good. I mean, I definitely see him landing a lot early. He's got a big speed advantage, just the cleaner guy. And I definitely think there's a slight finishing upside for Romero. Kuwamba's, he's shown some heart and durability. In that Lucas Almeida fight you're talking about, that round 1, he got dropped bad. And I think you're right about that. He never really woke up because that was a KO shot. Like, he buckled knees, to his knees. I thought it was over. I think Kuwamba looked good first, round and a half. And then I think Romero will start to take over. He did slow down in that Onama fight, but I think that was on a little bit of short notice. I think Kuwamba, I don't think he gasses. He just slows down a little bit and he relies on the speed a lot. So I don't know if he'll be doing super well in the late rounds, but I don't see him really getting finished. I do like that fight goes a distance, especially in the ones, because I was really hoping for a good thing, price on Kuwamba decision, but it's like plus 130, and I don't like that. So yeah, at this price, I think it's pretty accurate on the sides, but I do like the goes a distance at 185 for sure.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. I understand. Like, you could definitely see the fight both ways. There's a couple of fights this card, like Abus Magomedov and Michelle Pereira. Like, I can really sit back and just understand both sides, both arguments. And I can't, even the Garry and Prates one, and we'll get into all of those. It's interesting, but can we just have a moment in silence, boys, for plus 130 on Kuwamba decision when his money line is plus 115? Boys, like, I'm old enough to remember when even a woman's MMA bum who had no finishes in her 10-fight career, right? If she was plus 115 on the money line, decision minimum plus 150, plus 160, minimum. Plus 130 on a decision and plus 115 money line did not exist 3 years ago. The lines are changing, the game is adapting, so we have to adapt too. And I'm doing that in certain ways, but I'm telling you, man, the game is getting way fucking sharper. But I'm having one of my best runs of all time, so it's not all doom and gloom. But yeah, that's fucking crazy, that line though.
Talk your talk.
Reminds me of like Derek Lewis KO. It's like worse than his money line on Bet Online.
That's the Bet Online special. That's the Bet Online special. Someone had that. It was Randy Brown. I don't know if it's still up there, bro. But Randy Brown, what was it? It was the
fight the KO and the ITD, right?
I think the ITD was plus 215, and like the doesn't go to decision was plus 220 or something like that.
Yeah, let's see.
That's the Bet Online special.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bet Online, but their algorithms don't correlate. I don't know why. Bros, we're gonna lose on Kuwamba. Come on, bro. That's some negative shit, man.
Yeah, for real. I'm not betting on it, but
we want the over or the go.
I would personally. I would like the fight goes if that's cool. Minus 200, cool with that. I would like minus 180, but it is what it is. It's a
parlay. Balance it out,
huh?
Should we balance it out 190?
Yeah.
Whatever it is on. Yeah, fine. That's cool.
That's whatever. It's all the same.
Exactly, just somewhere near it.
Yep.
Yeah, my man's
write the money line down for me. Write the money line down for me, just in case I want to add to my parlay, because there's hardly any money lines I like this week. I don't have any money line bets, which is crazy. I have like 6 props, 3 parlays.
Yeah,
and
I like money props this week though.
Yeah, it seems like
plus 115 around there.
Yeah, 115's all.
We're gonna eat, that's for sure. We're gonna eat. Hey,
shout out to my man Dravi. And fuck beat the line. You trying to go head to head with Parlay Madness? You're coming like with the ops, bro. Shout out to Beat the Line boys. If you don't know their podcast, go and search them on YouTube. Good guys. But yeah, Dravi messaged me not long ago saying Kuwamba's plus 117 now. So like, damn, he's moving up. Plus 115, now he's plus 117. So if he goes, I'll play it personally.
He got up to like plus 136, but it was only for like 7 minutes, and then yeah, I think so. Somebody did, but it might have been Kuwamba. I can't remember.
We were speaking about this before.
Castaneda?
Yeah, Castaneda.
Nah, go to Kuwamba. Let me see.
Right. Where's this Bet Online?
Oh, yeah, go down. You was just by it. Kuwamba. Oh yeah, you got it. My fault. Yeah, see it? You see it? See where Max got up? No, you just passed it. You see where?
Yep, you're right. Right here. Damn.
It was like 6 minutes though. You would have.
That's a lot. Even I think that's probably.
It's good to know. It's good to know that that's where the buyback line is. Because if it gets 130, I'm just gonna take it straight away then, because it's probably gonna come back down again.
Yeah.
Yep. JB.
Hey, good for JB spotting that.
Yeah. I didn't spot it at the right time, unfortunately.
Shout out to Home of Fight, boys. Go check out Home of Fight. Hey Jive Picks every week. Does a good breakdown show. Thanks for being here, brother. Let's make some money this week. I gotta take a phone call and call the long shot. You and Matty Betts, long shot parlay. Fuck, man, I'm forgetting the show, but they do a long shot
only parlay show.
What's it called?
The Long Shots Only Parlay Show.
I basically had it. The Long Shots Only Parlay Show. We need to do a joint phone call up on that one, me and you, JB, and take it over for a week.
I love it, bro. We smacked last week, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, last week was good, boys. If you guys were here last week, we crushed.
The week before, I meant. But yeah, both.
Yeah, the week before.
PFL Whisper.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. EST. Oh, okay. All right, I'll write that one down. 8 p.m. ET. I don't know what time that is for me in New Zealand. Probably like a week in the future at like 4 a.m. or something. But I'll make sure I call in. All right, so next fight, Jamie, what we got going on, bro?
We got Amorim Viana.
I'm just gonna call you Jamie from now on. I hope you don't mind, bro.
That's valid.
It's way better if I call you Jamie, man. Yeah, all right. This is a smash spot if I've ever seen one, boys. I mean, what odds is she now? She's like -900.
She's like -900, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's probably, I don't know. Does Viana win it more than 1 in 10?
I think she's 15%, like max.
Yeah, she wins it 1.5 in 10. You know, like, bro, she's getting spanked, man. I mean, this chick is an OnlyFans model. You know, this chick is an OnlyFans model. I mean, I heard it on Beat the Line earlier. Again, shout out to those boys. Just before I came on, and they was talking about how she's an OnlyFans model and what did I can't remember. They said something else. But yeah, like this chick is OnlyFans. She has so many followers online. I think she's making a fuck ton of money online. She was dating Alex Pereira for a while. Remember when she went viral with Alex Pereira because she was wearing a t-shirt with his name on it or something? Like this chick is not down for the cause. She is not going to want to be in there. And you got someone like Jacqueline Amorim who will like rip the gloves just to get her armbar. Like this chick wants to be in there, faltered in her debut, her only loss of her career in a very, very 50-50 fight against Sam Page, who we've seen do bits against Stephanie Luciano, be actually like a pretty good chick in the division. Now, that showed me a lot, her beating Stephanie Luciano, to be honest. And she went 50-50 with her and basically submitted her. Sam Hughes cheated in that fight, if I'm not mistaken. You know, she was grabbing the glove on the rear naked choke. So now Amorim learned from that, which is fucking a million IQ. She learned the cheating move, used it herself. Like, I think this girl is leveling up. She seems to be getting better. She's obviously always done the same thing, but going 3 rounds and getting a finish in round 3 still showed me something. Yeah, okay, the Montserrat Ruiz is basically head and arm throw or bust, and she wasn't doing anything in the fight. She still got a round 3 finish via TKO as well. We didn't really know if she had TKO ground and pound before that, you know, because she was just submitting everybody on the regional scene and spamming subs. So now she's a little bit more confident with the TKO. I think she's getting better and growing. You know, she's 29 years old. And I just feel like one fighter is on their way out and has been for many, many years, you know, building up her OnlyFans following. 2 losses in a row, inside the distance. This chick's meant to... Yeah, I mean, someone's posting that she had a fucking boob job and stopped training for 6 months. I mean, bro, like, yeah. Amorim submission 1. I don't know why I'm still talking about it, to be honest, boys. JB, what do you reckon?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, like, and I'm sure people will talk about it this week, but it is ATT. And when I talk about ATT, there's a reason I took my boy JJ Wilson by KO. It was because these guys, I think they have the best ground and pound in the game, bro. ATT, if you look at their guys like Thiago Moises, well, not Thiago Moises so much, but Grant Dawson, Hanato Moicano, these guys are learning how to finish guys on the ground, and I think it's something out of that camp specifically. Now, Amorim, she's really good, and pre-UFC, I've seen her land some ground and pound as well. She would just be very opportunistic. It's what you give her, right? And Viana is pretty ass, but she's got some submission defense in the first round. I think she could, you know, possibly defend. And it just depends what positions that she gives up, right? She doesn't give up the arm triangle. She doesn't give up the back. She could just get to mount, and I think it could be a TKO, bro. I think at plus 600, anything plus 500 or better, I'll take. And matter of fact, the first episode we did, we took Jillian Robertson to get the KO against Polyana Viana. A little bit different. You know, Jillian can mix in those elbows, but I think Amorim's improving. I think she's at the right camp to improve. And I think she could just make a statement win for versus a girl who I don't even think she cares to be in there. So she'll either, you know, tap or she will give up. And it looked like she gave up against Robertson. That's all I'm going to say. So she'll turtle up. And if Amorim's, you know, willing to throw, I think she could finish either way she wants. Likely a sub, but I think there's, you know, 10, 13%, maybe even 15% that she finishes by KO if she decides to go for that path.
Yeah, that's a great shout, man. And super sharp angle mentioning the ATT connection and, you know, their ground and pound. I haven't really thought of that before. And boys, like that's like one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you is that try and connect with sharp people and other people understand the sport, because there's always things that you're missing. And there's always things you don't think about. That's why I love doing these shows, especially with you, because I wasn't thinking of that ATT ground and pound angle at all, to be honest. But now I think about it, a lot of them do have really, really good ground and pound, man. So yeah, maybe it's a coincidence, but more than likely they practice it a fuck ton. Because I know certain gyms, they're very, very submission oriented. Gyms that I've literally been in, and some I've gone to, and they're talking way more ground and pound in the MMA, right? So some are way more jiu-jitsu based, and some are way more wrestling based. If you do grappling, so that's a fucking good angle, man. Now I'm a little bit scared because I do want to play the Amorim submission one. Obviously, ultimately, I do think it will be the submission one, but yeah, man, I think, unders are good on this one. Under 1.5 is probably decent. I think it's like a pick 'em right now. Yeah, man. Zar, you got any crazy takes for this one? Is it Viana or you reckon it's just a smooth?
It's not Viana, that's for sure.
Never Viana.
I think I mean, they're both, to be fair, they're both OnlyFans vibes, but,
True. OnlyFans vibes.
They are both, but one of them is like, actually like an athletic finisher, building momentum, 29 years old. One of them is, on their way out, finished twice in a row, already rich from the OnlyFans. So it's two totally different things. But yeah, I mean, I was talking to you earlier, James, this week. I think the KO is a decent look. I had it like minimum 12, 13%. So like anything plus 600, plus 550, I think is decent. I think Amorim's like at least 85%. And an Amorim finish is probably at least 60, 65%. And then I had KO at like, you could argue a quarter of the finish equity. So,
bro, that's exactly how I handicapped it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I love it. I just think there's a chance she knocks her out, because it's weird though, because Viana, if you watch that Lucinda fight, that was easy money, just easy sub. And then Jillian Robertson, I'd say a better submission grappler, just had a bunch of trouble, which was super confusing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But the KO, steering into a little bit of variance. I don't hate it, but I mean, more than likely, it's going to be a sub early. So
sub 1 is plus 200, and I think that could be it, man. Like in round 1, this chick goes out every fight, gets her opponent in a deep submission. Yeah. It's almost never not happened. She's a motherfucker in that round 1. Mm-hmm. So like, fuck sub at minus 160. Fuck that shit. Just give me sub 1 at plus 200. It's way better in my opinion. Because if it goes round 2 and round 3, I don't know, man. I think something's gone wrong. Like, yeah, okay, maybe she can get it then, but I just rather play the plus 200.
Or she's trying to TKO her because she saw how fucking trash she is in her last fight.
Yeah. Or she's tried to sub her in round 1 and she couldn't, and then she just Julian Robinson. So I don't think she's going to go out there and aim for the ground and pound first of all. No. It's one of those ones where, like, yeah, like she will throw it if it's given, but she is always, jiu-jitsu first mindset. So yeah, maybe
I think these ATT motherfuckers play for keeps, bro. I think they'll take it however they want, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Jake's saying she's posted now on OnlyFans. How do you know that, bro?
Yo, yeah, whoa.
Drop the password in the chat. Drop the username and password. Research purposes only. We'll get wait, matter of fact, Jamie, pull that up, bro.
What? The
OnlyFans, bro.
Bro.
Are we doing this right now? Are we doing this?
Where we at? Where's our Instagram?
I'm joking. Let's bring it back home. I do want to shout out Matty Betts, who's in the chat. Matty Betts, legend of the game. Actually, I would say 100% the best gambling content I've ever seen ever is Matty Betts, man. So, yeah, legend in my book, bro. Shout out to Matty Betts. We'll have to get something in when I come out there to my favorite city in the world, Las Vegas. No, I'll be back. Degenerate Central.
That'd be crazy, bro.
Yeah. And then when I come, we got to do a live podcast, JB. You said last time, and then you told me you fucking, I don't know, bro. You're busy or something.
My mom was sick, so I didn't want to leave her.
All right. Sorry.
Fair enough. No, it's all good, bro. I love you, bro. We got to do it, though. Like 100%. Me and you are going to link up, bro. And it's going to
be... Jamie, I don't know if you want to say your location. If you don't, I won't say.
Oh, yeah. Cali. I'm close, bro.
All right. Jamie's in Cali. JB's in. I don't want to say a location.
What do you mean?
No, I know. I think you've said it before, but I'm not 100% sure. JB's in Texas, and I'm in New Zealand, so I'm kind of the odd link. But I will be in America somewhere soon. I honestly want to go to Texas badly, bro. So maybe we do a live in person.
Hey, barbecue hits.
We go ride some fucking horses or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Through the Old Town Road. Let's go. Is Cali near Texas at all? It's not, is it?
It's a couple hour flight, but Vegas, I'm like 1 hour flight. I'm there.
Yeah.
Easy.
West Coast, Vegas would be the spot to beat.
All right.
So you like in the Amorim fight? Money line?
Yes, I guess just do violence. Maybe we can do like can you do under fight under 2.5 and under 1.5? Can we do that? For me.
FanDuel's got it. All right, 134.
It's all in a total.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We gotta go quick on some of these fights though, bro. Or we're gonna be here for like 4 hours.
All right, sweet. We'll go quick next.
Yeah, we're good.
You want to add the KO?
Yes, bro. This one deserved it. Yeah, I'll take KO at plus 600 or plus 550, either or.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see. Did other books open that up?
I mean, it's like plus 6 something on FanDuel, 600 on FanDuel, but you can just put plus 550. Yeah, my man Czar. Let's go.
Nice.
Producer parlay it then.
All right, boys. This one I can be super quick on. Cameron Saaiman versus Malcolm Wellmaker. I feel like I've done my job with Saaiman fights. You know, I'll bet big on Christian Rodriguez. I had a max bet on Payton Talbot. This one I'm not confident about. I don't feel the need to force it. I also bet Cameron inside the distance against that Kozlo guy or someone else he finished. So I feel like I got a good read on him. And in this fight, I don't have a good read, meaning that I should just pass. And I'm not saying that I'm, going to get every Cameron Saaiman fight right. But so far, I basically have, and almost to a T perfectly, how they would all go. Christian decision, Payton late finish, even though I was wrong there because it was basically an early finish. But I think this one is a bit of a risky bet on either side. I think Cameron's the side. I think Cameron's going to win. I think he's better fighter all round. I think he throws more volume. I think he's had better high-level experience. I think he's been in the UFC longer, so he should be. I think he's getting better as well at his age. He took a year off, which is probably good. But at the end of the day, man, he is a little bit hittable. He does get cracked in most of his fights, even in fights that he wins. And Wellmaker could definitely land a shot and change the trajectory of the fight. So I'm calling him out Cameron win, but I'm passing on the fight overall. What about you, JB?
Yeah, I'll just save your time on this one, bro. I think I need to see a little bit more from Malcolm Wellmaker. And I think Cameron Saaiman, he's just had some sketchy moments in the octagon. I don't know his level because his wins are trash, bro. Like straight up trash. He has no good wins in the UFC. And I can't really hate on his losses, man. Like you lose to a guy like Christian Rodriguez, that's a super high level competition. And then his next opponent, Talbot, I mean, come on, dog. Like unless you're Ronnie Barcelos going out there shooting 20 takedowns, Talbot's doing that to 90% of the division. And I don't care what anybody says. He got fraud checked, yada, yada, yada. Man's going to put out 90% of the division like that. That knee that he took, that's, just going to put out most people, just straight up. So I think Malcolm Wellmaker here has chances to land shots like that. He is a good counter striker in his own right, but it's just unproven versus this like UFC level competition. So for me, I guess I'll lean Wellmaker. I think he's going to land the straighter shots. I think he could catch him on the counters. I think he's going to have to be first here, defend the takedowns, draw out the shots of Saaiman, avoid being hit because he is hittable. And yeah, I think he can win this fight. So I'll go with Wellmaker here, but I'm a pass.
Yeah, that's some free hard fights back to back, man. Facing Christian Rodriguez at 135s, facing Payton Talbot, and now facing Wellmaker. Like they ain't doing him any favors, but they did him a couple of favors when he came in. So that's what happens in the UFC. But guy's young, he should be improving. At the end of the day, coming off one of the worst beatdowns I've seen in that division in a long, long time against Payton. You never know how somebody's going to return from that because he was very much embarrassed in that fight. Not only was he, hurt, obviously put down a couple of times, but he was embarrassed And it seems like he's fine. Like I read an article earlier this week. He's all good, but at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't know how people are going to come back. So I want to see it before I back it. So yeah, man, that's really it. 3 losses in a row would be kind of crazy because I do actually rate his skill set kind of high. I don't know his level, but I do rate his skill set pretty high. Definitely higher than 3 losses in a row. So yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna know this fight, bro. This is the fight we find out.
Yeah, it is. I really think it is because. Yeah, I don't know, man. If he doesn't win this one, or if
he's cut, bro. That's it. Bye.
I don't think they'll cut him. Do you reckon they'll cut him?
I don't know. You gotta hold on to him. He's solid.
Okay, South African guy. Yeah, right.
And they don't have many South Africans. They need that.
Yeah, he's entertaining too.
Young. Yeah, young. Yeah, hopefully he gets another chance if he gets his block knocked off. But what about props, boys? Like, I don't really. Honestly, I don't mind goes to decision, but I don't know, man. Wellmaker could crack it. And I do think Wellmaker looks kind of shit in the late rounds, to be honest. So I think Cameron could fucking pile up shots late.
Yeah.
Minus 130.
I don't know. It's tough. Like, that is crazy, though. He's only 24. Wellmaker's 31. And I like the more experience and UFC experience for Saaiman. But, yeah, it's just a tough read.
It's tough to know how it's going to play out, man. Yeah. It's like, this is kind of, for me, it's kind of like a pass fight. And I know people are on both sides. There's a lot of fight. That's why it's not a money line week for me. What did you say about the GTD minus 135, JB? Did you like it or not?
I like it, but I'm not going to put it in a parlay, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, neither am I. I reckon we can just skip on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Need to roll up some more pack, bro.
We need to get some first. We still got that
so much, bro, from last week.
Pack. That Burnell pack.
So much pack.
You got a lot, bro. You got that Burnell TKO plus 1,000.
Yeah, bro. I had sub. I was square.
Yeah, so did I, man.
On ITD and sub. Good shit to you though. That was sharp, bro.
Yeah, it's solid. All right, Blackshear versus Alateng Haley. Speaking about sub, Blackshear. This guy subs everyone, man. He's even got twisters in the UFC. Blackshear, I had him in my max bet last fight out against Cody Gibson. I actually have another max bet this weekend, boys. So you can go to my website if you want to get that max bet. It doesn't include them on Blackshear this week, but I think we're going to crush the max bet. If we hit the max bet, that means 39 wins and 4 losses on max bets, which is like a 92% win rate. So, that sounds like a fake win rate, but it's actually true. If you do the maths, 39 wins and 4 losses, 92%. But that's neither here or there. I'm definitely not putting Blackshear this week. And the reason is because I feel like at times he can drop the ball. Like Yusuf Salau fight round 3. That was fucking shit. That was bad luck, right? I think that was his debut. So, okay, maybe we let him off, but it wasn't a good look. I feel like the Mario Batista fight was there for the taking and he just let it through his fingers. Arguably, he could have won, but I think he probably lost it. Look, I'm not taking anything away. I'm just giving you moments. Like, that was a fucking Mario Batista's top 10 fighter right now, right? Just beat Aldo. He did beat Aldo. I know you guys hating on that shit, but he actually did beat him. But anyway, I think I'm just mentioning the times he dropped the ball. Montel Jackson. Yeah, okay, he just got caught with a random shot. I don't know, man. Like, I've mentioned 3 times now. They've all been very weird looks. Outside of the Batista one, Montel Jackson getting knocked out in 30 seconds. And then the Yusuf Salau 10-8 in round 3. It's not ideal.
What about his last fight?
Yeah, last fight, again, Cody Gibson kind of put it on him. It's just a bit weird, man. I will say, though, that, like, I don't know, like, Cody Gibson put it on him, but at the end of the day, it's tough to deal with a style like Cody Gibson when he's going out there throwing, like, 8-punch combinations. I don't think he looked great, but he did get Cody down, smash him from top position in round 1, and then finish him in round 2. So I think, maybe he's getting a little bit too much shit for that one. But yeah, I don't know. But he just seems a little bit shaky. And I haven't really seen that much defensive grappling liabilities on that Alateng Haley side that would make me confident in Blackshear. Because Blackshear's never just cleanly beaten anyone on the feet over 3 rounds. You know, that's just not his style. So is he going to? And to be honest, he's not the best wrestler. He's more opportunistic. Very, very good reversals. Remember, he didn't take Cody Gibson down. Cody Gibson took him down, and he reversed him and got on top. He does this to a lot of fighters. Alateng Haley, I don't think he's going to be out here shooting takedowns. Like, maybe he does. He could probably get takedowns if he does shoot them, but I don't know if he's 100% going to do that. He might just try and, you know, throw hard shots. So I guess I just have a hard time reading the fight, how it's going to play out. I tend to think that Blackshear is going to just win every round, but not look that convincing, and he might win a decision. I'm actually going to fade the sub this time. But at the end of the day, Blackshear is one of the best submission artists in the division. So he could get a sub here. JB, what do you reckon?
Yeah, just from what I've heard of in the past, I think that, you know, Haley's, from what I've heard, he's never been subbed in the UFC for one. And from the training room stories that I've heard about him, he's really hard to submit, you know. Like, at the end of the day, that could be just info that I disregard, but it's just something that I know that I've, you know, thought made sense. And it's not like Damon's, like, he's really good submission threat, but what if Haley stuffs the takedowns? You know, this is a guy who's been wrestling his whole life. Nobody's just going out there and bullying him. He got out of a really deep guillotine. I believe it was Gustavo Lopez in that fight. Lopez had him in a really deep guillotine, and he was able to defend. That showed me some good submission defense from Alateng Haley. I like Damon Blackshear with the step-in knees. He's got good body kicks. That's something that we've seen be a problem for Haley Alateng before. Good, you know, front kicks up the middle as well. His striking's not amazing, but I think it'll be – I lean like 65-35 Damon in the striking. It's not the best, but it's effective. He's got some power behind it. The way I think this is a dog or pass from a money line standpoint, but I think he could clip Alateng Haley. Guy's been KO'd how many times in his career? Can we go and look?
Maybe 2 or 3 or something. It's early,
yeah,
though, right?
Haley, he's been KO'd a few times, and you know, Damon, he's got some sneaky power. So I like plus 1,000 or better. I wouldn't hate on the KO either. And he's gotten it before in the UFC. I know it was via ground and pound, but that guy, you know, rolled for a leg lock, bad attempt. Damon puts you in the position, he can finish you. So I don't know. That's where I'm on it.
It seems like we're not really convicted for parlay sense.
I think that would be, fair, because I'm not going to put Alateng in a parlay. I just decided on it. I need like plus 400 or better on him, and maybe we're close to there. I don't know. That's
a decent price. But what do you think? What's Alateng's path? Like, just land in the biggest shots?
You could KO him. I think it's very small, but I think, he'd have to pull. I think he'd have to keep it on the feet, mix in some takedowns, even avoid the subs.
Damon Blackshear reminds me of Jamal Emmers in a way. I don't know why. I think he's better. It's just like, you know, someone who's got all the skills, but he just does some shit that lets you down sometimes. I feel like Blackshear could be one of those guys.
Let's just pass that, bro. It sounds like a pass.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Unless, Zar, you like anything, I think we're going to pass.
You guys are. My bad.
No. I took like a little bit of Blackshear's sub, like, early. It was like 250 or something. I thought that was kind of crazy, but I don't think it's going to be like easy just, you know, taking down Alateng, grappling him. I don't see it, but I could see a club and sub or something, or Alateng slowing down late. But early, I don't think it's going to be easy takedowns, because I mean, Alateng's out there fight ready with Santino, and they're solid. So
I don't know if I want to do this, but can you write the goes to decision at -135 there?
Yep. Oh, wait. Shoot. Sorry, that's the Saaiman.
Okay. It's
same thing. Oh, even better.
That feels solid.
I'll take 150. It's all right. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're fading a Blackshear sub. I mean, okay, maybe Blackshear could get KO. I know you said KO, but...
Yeah, I'm just going wacky, bro. You already know. We're not playing.
All right, man.
He rocked Cody Stamen bad, though. I will say that. He did rock him really badly.
True.
This is 125 for sub is pretty gross now.
That's
terrible.
don't know how they can
And
say
he's
that.
fucking plus 1,000 to win by
No,
KO.
actually, yeah, I don't hate that goes the distance at all.
It's all right, bro. Like, he's been to a decision multiple times in the UFC. It can happen again.
He's known as a decision fighter, bro. I remember I used to get like plus 1,000, plus fucking 1,200 on Luan Lacerda by sub and fucking KO. He's
I
known
remember
as
that
a
fight.
decision
Yeah,
fighter.
he was a huge
Always.
dog too. That was crazy, right?
Facts, bro.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Yes, sir. I'll be super fast on this one, boys. Chris Gutierrez taking on John Castaneda. This is a reschedule, and I just don't like the rescheduled nature of it. We spoke a little bit earlier saying that Castaneda had moved to plus 135. At that point, I think definitely the value's on him, but I just don't really know how it's going to play out. I don't know if Castaneda is at the level that Chris Gutierrez has been fighting at and performing at times. You know, Chris Gutierrez has showed some better performances than Castaneda in the UFC against better competition. I think lately he's looking a little bit maybe washed, or his style is just running out. It's like getting a bit boring, played out. People know it a little bit better. I don't know. He's taken down by Yadong Song, kind of embarrassing, like for the entire like 25-minute fight. Just didn't look good at all. Very tentative. So I think Castaneda with his pressure forward style could definitely make the fight ugly and win a fight. But at the same time, I don't want to trust him at this level. He hasn't shown me enough to trust him, especially with him pulling out of the last fight and it being rescheduled. So it's a pass for me. But yeah, it goes to a decision. It's like massive juice, but it probably hits, honestly. I don't know what to say about this one. JB, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Castaneda, you know, his path is to mix in the wrestling, make this fight dirty, and avoid the low kicks. Because if Gutierrez could land on you, he could put some damage on that calf. Like, let's not get it twisted. I know it's kind of a played out style, but the man's got some devastating calf kicks at the end of the day. And that's his style. It's like the same as Jonathan Martinez. He just finds a way to finish these guys with these calf kicks. I don't know if you want to pull up his record real quick for me, because I was going to do it on my phone, Gutierrez. But I think I'm going to play into some volatility here. Hasn't gotten one in a while. His last finish was against Baccarel Dana. He's got the knee against Frankie Edgar. That was a bit random. But the guy's got some nasty calf kicks. Vince Morales was the leg kick TKO as well. I think he can land some low kicks on this guy and possibly finish him late. The prices are a bit insane. I think plus 2,400 for the round 2 KO. I think most likely it's in round 3 after the attritional damage has added up. But it could be in round 2. If he's landing those calf kicks, it could be a real problem. And it doesn't matter how tough your chin is, Castaneda. I think he's susceptible to the low kick, and it's something I've seen in the film. But it just depends on if he's able to, you know, cut the cage off. In the big cage, I think that's going to favor Gutierrez. I think he's going to land those knees up the middle, make him worry about shooting those takedowns, show him the price of admission, stay on the outside, land a jab, and I think he's going to land the low kicks on this guy. Likely it's going to be a decision, but how many low kicks can you eat? You know, 7? If you land 7 on him, you know, throughout the first 2 rounds, and 5 of them are really good, this is a completely different fight in round 3, and I think he could finish him with the low kicks. So I like plus 2,400 for the round 2 KO on Gutierrez, and I like plus 3,100 for the round 3 TKO on Gutierrez. I think it comes then.
You want to write those?
But
am I off my rocker?
Chris
In the
Gutierrez
parlay?
the finish, but
Nah,
you get
I'm not putting it in. I'm just saying,
Okay.
am I off my rocker for just betting that straight?
No, I don't think it's I don't think so.
I mean, you can't, like, it's tough to be off your rocker at 31-1.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm
Like-
saying, bro.
You could easily say it's like a 5 around there, 5-4%.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
I think you're probably gonna be screaming at your TV in round 3. But
I mean, it's supposed to be that though. It's a plus 3,100.
No, I don't hate it.
I bet Nora Cornell by sub. I didn't think, you know, much of
That
it.
was nice.
that was
Yeah,
free. That was free.
Let's go. I think Gutierrez can do it.
Zara, you like John a little bit?
Me, I think it's pretty 50-50. Just Gutierrez hasn't looked the best lately, and Castaneda's kind of that grindy, you know, decent striker, decent movement himself, can mix in the grappling. I think it's with good pace, cardio. I think it's not a great style matchup for Chris, but, you know, it could be like a levels thing where Castaneda, you know, just can't handle it on the feet. I could see that. But I definitely think it's more 50-50. And I like Castaneda decision. I think Gutierrez is pretty durable. Let me see what that is now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Song couldn't finish him.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but yeah.
Song couldn't even finish him, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Castaneda decision. But I definitely think like obviously the leg kicks are, they're always there, so that I don't hate those late KO sprinkles at all. I just don't think he looked great against Quang Lee. I think that was closer than it should have been. Like I feel like his physicality is going a little bit. Like even Quang Lee was kind of bullying him, had some grappling success. And Quang Lee, he just, that didn't age very well. Quang Lee just looked pretty mid in his
They
next
trained
fight.
together too, right?
Huh?
Quang Lee and Castaneda trained together too, right?
I didn't even put that to. Are they? What is it? MMA? Is that where they're at?
I think it's Minnesota. I think they trained something like that. I'm fried.
Yeah, I don't know, but
work on this.
I think Gutierrez is kind of regressing a little bit. So I think it's more 50-50, but yeah, I definitely don't hate the KOs, late KO sprinkles. That's pretty good.
Yeah. We'll see. So we won't put anything down for this one because we're not really feeling it, but we'll move on to the next fight. Evan Elder versus Gage Young. Look, I don't mind a shot on Gage Young as the underdog here. I think that he showed us some decent stuff on the regional scene. And in his lone fight against someone who I rate on a similar level to Evan Elder, to be honest, in Southfield, I don't think the level is much different. And one thing I will say is that I don't see anywhere where Evan or Gage really excels from each other, like obviously. And so it should be a kind of a back and forth fight that probably goes to a decision based on durability. I know the only person to be finished is Gage Young. He got finished in round 3 of one of his amateur fights, and Evan Elder has never been finished. But actually, I believe that
he has been finished, but it wasn't a.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Okay, I had to correct you.
No, you're right. You're right. Sadikov finished him with a doctor stoppage, but I mean, he wanted to carry on. Like, the only person who has actually been legitimately finished was Gage Young. But I actually think Gage Young might have a durability advantage here, which, his record wouldn't say. But it's definitely close. They're both durable. I think Evan Elder will probably do better on the back end. Round 2 and round 3, I think Evan Elder will start to potentially show his UFC experience. Evan Elder, he swings decent in the pocket. He's got a decent jab. He's pretty physical in there. He can take you down. He's quite a smart fighter. Will go to the optimal game plan for the most part, or at least how he feels he can win the fight. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a close fight, back and forth. I think both fighters have a good chance to win it, and one fight is plus 170. So, yeah, I think Gage Young decision is crazy at plus 400. I think that's absolutely ridiculous because Evan Elder's a tough motherfucker, man. Look, Gage Young has put some people out on the regional scene. I've watched this guy put people out. So I know it can happen, but man, Sadikov is putting people out in the UFC, and he couldn't do it at all to Evan Elder. It was a doctor stoppage and it's different. So I think Evan Elder is a very, very, very tough guy, and it is Gage's UFC debut. So I tend to think he doesn't get a stoppage here. So I think the decision is mad. So yeah, that's really it, boys. JB, what do you reckon, bro? I think you feel similar to me.
Yeah, I put 2 units on Gage Young plus 170. I just think at the end of the day, man, Elder's good, right? I just think at the end of the day, this fight's too evenly matched. Like, both these guys, I think, are pretty solid. I think Elder, he's decent striking, pretty good IQ. I think his IQ is good. But he switched over to Syndicate MMA now, training with guys out there like Cody Steele, who we saw just didn't have the most recent performance. I just question what coaching he's actually getting, compared to Killcliff FC. I'm not sure if it's been a good move for him. And he's had sketchy moments in the octagon. And the Gennaro Valdez fight, a guy who I rate pretty low, he's in there going tit for tat with him. He's having a good fight. But I think Gage Young is a way better than Gennaro Valdez. I think he's shown me that in the Quillen Salkid fight. You're talking about this guy's power on the regional scene. Quillen Salkid was feeling some of those shots as well. He had to wrestle, and I thought Gage showed some really good takedown defense. He breaks off the clinch really well. He puts pressure on you, which I think Elvin Elder doesn't really fight well off the back foot. I think the kicking game is going to be there for Gage Young. A few guys versus Elder, I thought the teep kicks could have been there. They threw some teep kicks. He didn't like it, and then they stopped going to it. I think Gage Young, he's going to keep going to that teep kick. He's going to throw high kicks. He's going to throw low kicks. He's going to mix up the arsenal. Evan Elder could crack him for sure because we've seen Gage Young hit. Evan Elder's good at, kind of staying in the pocket, countering with those heavy shots. I think he could do that as well here. But at the end of the day, unless he's mixing and grappling and having really big success, which I don't think he's going to here because I don't think his control is that good to keep Gage Young down. Gage Young showed me really good things in the get-up. And you said that Evan Elder might, do well in the later rounds. I think this guy could slow down, and I think Gage Young has good cardio, unless you're grappling him and having success, like I said. So I think Gage Young keeps this fight on the feet, and I think this is way closer to 50-50. I don't see any areas where Elder is way better than him.
Don't you think that coming in on this UFC debut?
He was fighting for a fight, though, and he showed me really good things versus Salkid. I think, what's Evan Elder been in the octagon 4 times? He just hasn't shown me much. Honestly, in my opinion, he has not showed me much. Who did he beat? Who did he beat? Darius Flowers? Bum. Straight up bum. Janelle Valdez? Bum. He went against Nazim Sadikov. Okay, Nazim's looked good, but he's shaky in my opinion, and he was kicking it up on Elder. Landed a pretty head kick on him.
Sadikov doesn't really win minutes.
I agree, and I think Gage could win minutes here. I think it's going to be very close, nip-tuck battle. Elder could win it, but there's no reason he should be a big favorite here. Like, the only reason he is because he's had a few fights in the UFC. People know who he is. Look at his regional record. He's not even finishing guys.
Yeah, and it's short notice as well. Short notice, and
he was already scheduled for a fight, Gage Young.
Yeah, he was meant to fight in about 4 days, I think. But obviously, it's short notice to the UFC. Completely different ball game, He's going to fight some regional bum. Now he has to step in there in Kansas City in front of like 20,000 people.
But this guy had to fight Hassan Zada. He was probably thinking, I got easy money in the bank. Now I got to fight Gage Young. That's a switch up for him, too. Completely different style matchups, by the way.
Yeah, switch up for him. Not on the camp side, but on the stylistic side. So should be a good fight, man. Should be a good fight. I think both fighters are going to have their moments in the fight. And unless someone gets knocked out, it should be pretty competitive on minutes. So I think we could put Gage Young down. I don't know if we put him in a parlay, but put Gage Young down and then Gage Young decision as well. If it's still 400, it might have changed, but probably not changed.
I think it was a little lower, but I'm sure you can find 400 somewhere.
Yeah, write that one down as well. I like that one. And maybe the GTD, see the price for that.
Yeah, like you guys in the comments are acting like Quillen Salkid isn't a good level of competition. It's kind of crazy because the guy's actually a good fighter. Go and watch his
similar level to
yeah, I mean,
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, I don't mind. We'll write it down. We need some chalk legs, to be honest. All right, we can move on. We on the main card? All right, we need to smash through this shit because we need to get to the main card. Boys, Jimmy Flick, Matt Schnell. This is an absolute bum fight. I mean, not really, because Matt Schnell's decent. The guy just doesn't win, He competes at the top level of the division all the time, but he just ends up losing. Matt Schnell has been brutalized in the octagon and kind of finished embarrassingly multiple times. Steve Ursig, the double tap, I know you remember that. The ninja choke lost Cody Stamen. A lot of people have tapped him, put him unconscious. Pantoja, first round, brutal one. I always remember that one. I don't know, man. I think I had a big bet on Pantoja there against Schnell. He was minus 160, bro, which is crazy.
Holy free.
He's the champ, bro. And what would that be now? Minus 900 if they fall?
Probably. At least.
Probably
the durability edge is insane.
Probably around minus 900, right? I think I got him for minus 160 or 170. It's on my Bet MMA, but yeah. So I don't know, man. Schnell, he competes well, but he just loses out of nowhere. The Cody Durden fight, he was beating up Cody Durden on the feet. His hands look sharp. I was like, oh shit. This guy's a new man, he's jabbing, he's landing big shots on the feet. I'm like, oh my God, this is good. And obviously, because Cody kind of styled the same way on Bruno Silva and then got finished. It's kind of the same thing for Schnell. Schnell was kind of doing really well against Cody and then just got finished. Cody was having his moments as well, but Schnell looked really good. So that's kind of what happens. I feel like Schnell could be beating the fuck out of Flick and just get subbed. Ultimately, though, man, I do think Schnell's going to finish Flick. I mean, Jimmy Flick retired a couple of years ago. Then he wanted to come back. And he's lost every fight since he come back, except for one against Malcolm Gordon in the fight that he basically was losing up until he got that submission. And I bet on him there, but he didn't look good in that fight. He just got his win condition, which is the sub, which I think was priced badly anyway. So, like, win condition doesn't mean it wasn't value or anything. He probably was. It was a pick and fight, right? But he did get his win condition. I don't think he's going to get it here. I think Schnell's going to knock him out. I don't have much to say about it. I just think it's probably a levels fight. Jimmy Flick's actually pretty fucking bad, man. Like, I don't know, man. I hear a lot. So much money is coming on Jimmy Flick. I hear a lot of Jimmy Flick takes this week. Everyone's betting Jimmy Flick. People I know personally have told me to bet Flick. I completely disagree and think Schnell's going to knock him out. So I could be wrong. I'm not betting on Schnell, by the way. So it's not like I'm so passionate. They're more passionate than me because they put their money on it. I haven't. So don't take too much away from me. I do think Schnell's going to knock him out, though.
Yeah, what about in round 2-3 for plus 480 and plus 1,000?
Yeah, why not? Whatever. You can convince me of anything here, honestly.
I remember the legendary cash on Flick by sub. We hit a big parlay with him, bro. The man.
God, legend. I love Flick.
He's my guy. He follows me. He's a cool dude. But yeah, I think Schnell could outskill him here. It's a really volatile fight, though, bro. It's really gross. But yeah, I like the Schnell 2-3 numbers at plus 480, plus 1,000. I think Flick's cardio is probably, his big downside here. If he doesn't get the sub in round 1, he usually falls off a cliff. Schnell, pretty good jiu-jitsu, so maybe he has some wrestling upside early. Sub round 1 for Flick makes sense. I think after that, kind of goes downhill for him, unless he clips Matt Schnell, because bad chin. But I don't see it, and I like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like, he doesn't, Schnell has good jiu-jitsu, but then he just gets tapped by everyone, so I don't know what to think about that guy, man.
Imagine this fight goes the distance, bro. It's a flyweight fight, bro, and
a lot of people have told me about that as well, which I don't agree with at all. But yeah, a lot of people have said that to me.
That the fight goes the distance. Okay, never mind. I thought I was being like super contrarian.
No, a lot of people are on that. I don't know if they bet it. Plus 275. Yeah. Well, the line's not moving, so they can't be on it. People have texted me it, so yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I need at least 3 something.
Yeah, both these guys.
Yeah,
all right, we doing anything in a parlay? Schnell
anything?
Plus 480, plus 1,000?
I don't think so.
Right.
Schnell? Nah, I think this is a big pass fight for me, boys. If you guys like anything, but if not, I'm just going to
pass. I'm good with it.
We're good?
Yeah, I'm good on that one. Shit fight. Told you, bro. This card, man. We'll find something, though.
Unless it goes to a decision, it should be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, it should be kind of lit. I don't know. I'm talking about betting angles, though. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, this one is again. I think this is honestly this is Matt Schnell and Jimmy Flick, but just reincarnated into middleweights. Hear me out. The goes to decision. It's fucking live in this one, just like it is in that one. In my opinion, and the line is absolutely insane. I think this is the most juiced fight to end inside the distance, and I think it could go to a decision. I don't think there's any other fight on the entire card that is more juiced to not go to distance than this one. This is the biggest line, more than Amorim, which is ridiculous. I think the Amorim fight, I don't know. But yeah, I think this fight is kind of like the Jimmy Flick and Matt Schnell because it's very volatile. Anything can happen. Not really in the winner. I do kind of see Ikram being like the clear favorite, but I kind of see Schnell being a clear favorite. But I think it could be sloppy after round 1. And if it doesn't finish in round 1, I think we could get some ugly-ass fight here. Ikram obviously has the early KO upside. Outside of that, what does he have? He doesn't have anything. Yes, Munis is like his top time he needs top time to win for the most part, right? Because he's not good on the feet. I don't think Ikram is good on the feet, really. I think he hits hard early. I don't think Ikram's going to be out skilling Munis easily in round 3 on the feet. No way, man. They're going to be both sloppy, throwing shitty shots. Muniz has like a decent high kick. They're both very physical, very strong. Muniz usually has a solid round before he falls off a cliff. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this fight. Everyone's going to say Ikram KO is free. I don't believe it. Ikram by decision, someone's saying in the chat, plus 400. It was plus 600 yesterday, so maybe that got hit. But yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that. I like it better at plus 600, though. I'll say that. I don't mind. I honestly don't mind. Munis one takedown is plus 500. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. That's insane, to be honest. What
Where
the fuck?
at? Damn.
Yeah, where is that? Like, look, okay, yes, no one can take him down. Chimaev couldn't take him down. This is a fucking MMA fight, man. Muni's got a great blast double. Someone can get taken down easily. You know what I mean? That's kind of mental. So yeah, I don't know what to do about this fight, but I don't mind it goes to decision at plus 400. What about you, JB, bro?
That's going to change very soon, that number. Probably by the end of the show, if JB is correct.
I think it's already gone.
No way.
Yeah, it was like close to 400 a couple days ago. I was getting greedy trying to wait for other books other than Bet Online, but it got hit.
Pull it up. Can I see the odds?
Rightfully so.
I got 350 yesterday.
Yeah,
it was 375 like for a couple days. I was staring at it, but
I was talking about the one takedown.
Oh.
I think that line's gone. But yeah,
it's gotta be gone.
I agree with mainly with what you said, bro. And like I think the last fight could go the distance that we talked about before this. I think you make some good points about this fight being able to go the distance. And we see the overs hit at middleweight at a pretty decent rate from the stats I've been looking at. So I think it could possibly happen here, especially the way they have the odds set up.
I mean, what are these guys going to do in round 2 and 3 that's like so obviously going to end ITD? The over 1.5 is a pick'em or something like what? Okay, it's changed a bit now, but the over 1.5, you want to say minus 145 the worst line, by the way. Over 1.5 is like minus 125s, right? Everywhere, minus 130s. And then the goes to a decision is plus 300. They're saying it definitely ends in the end of round 2 or round 3. Why? I would argue it's the complete opposite. I would argue that round 1 is the fight ender, right? Round 2 and round 3 is where shit gets sloppy and awkward. Now, the only reason they're saying that is because Munis has gassed out and got finished late a couple of times, right? But I think we have to have context there because Ikram is not a cardio machine either. Ikram's not really the type of guy to go out there, weather the storm, and get late finishes. We know Paul Craig can finish at any moment in time. Paul Craig's just a finisher. So is Brendan Allen. And by the way, 20 more seconds left, and that Brendan Allen fight, that's a 15-minute fight. That's 3 rounds in the bag, right? So Brendan Allen's a finisher through and through. Ikram, I don't think is a round 2 and round 3 finisher. I really don't think he is. I think he's a round 1 finisher. So yeah, obviously it should be Ikram round 1 KO here. But if it's not, I think they both gas out. They're both sloppy. And Muniz does enough throwing up from his guard that it goes to a decision. So that's the hot take of the week. Bang it in a parlay, cash us out. Hot take of the week.
We want that. I like that take. You want this?
Yeah, fuck it. Just for the vibes.
Remember the GOAT call on Ryan Spann versus Smith too to go the distance?
Ooh, that was even bigger. Was that plus 500?
400. I think it was like maybe 5. Might have been 5.
I also had Spann decision 16-1.
Oh my!
Split decision. I thought you won, bro.
Yeah, I thought he won too.
Half a unit. 8 units.
Seriously?
8 units profit at 16-1. Yeah.
That's balls right there.
That was horrible, bro.
Yeah.
I still cashed because I had the GTD.
Yeah, but like having the GTD and a half unit on the decision, that's respect right there.
Yeah, bro. Especially after their first fight, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's one. Rest in peace.
Kind of the same as this. Like if it goes over 1.5, right?
I think so, bro.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna get sloppy and like clock's gonna get wasted. I don't know.
Hopefully. Especially they're both grapplers like at heart, you know. Yeah. So we can see some weird grappling exchanges. And even on the feet, I don't think they have the skills to like hurt each other in round 2 and round 3.
Yeah, and I feel like Munis, like, all finish equity is early. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people on Ikram round 1 this week. Now that I think about it.
Just because it's most likely outcome doesn't mean it's value. That's for sure.
Mush.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this one?
Nah.
Yeah.
I already played it.
Yeah, Aliskerov decision and goes the distance are pretty nice.
Yeah, they're nice. Randy Brown, Nicholas Dalby. Okay, so this is one I don't think it's going to go to decision. It's funny, right? I think the last fight's going to go to decision at plus 300 odds. And I think this fight's going to end inside the distance at plus 250 odds, or the under 2.5 is plus 250. So I'm complete opposite to what the market think, which is sometimes the way I love it. So I think Randy Brown's going to finish Nicholas Dalby in round 1 here. I think he's going to get either a KO 1 or a sub 1. I prefer to put money on submission 1 at 22 to 1 odds. That's plus 2,200 in American odds. I think Randy Brown's slick early. He's already got front chokes in round. He's already got chokes in round 1, and I think he could get another one. Yeah, man. I mean, Nicholas Dalby's been dropped, hurt, rocked, finished in round 1. Let's not forget about that one. I know the wiki cappers ain't gonna know that. You know,
Ronson.
Bro. A few people outed themselves this week because they commented on my stuff and they're like, Dalby's never been finished, or in my YouTube video, Dalby's never been finished. Why you call him to be finished? Nah, Dalby's been finished. It's just not shown on the record because he got finished by someone who popped for steroids. So they changed the win or the loss to a no contest. But make no mistake about it. I mean, Ronson folded him. And Ronson is kind of shit, bro. Like, that's not a great look. You know, Dalby's there to be cracked early. He got wobbled bad by Renat Fakhretdinov early. The guy somehow keeps winning decisions. I don't know how. We need that Dalby pack this week, man. Randy Brown, finish, ITD, plus 250, round 1, plus 550, round 1 sub, 2 to 1, whatever you want to do with it, boys. This is the Randy Brown pack season. No, Dalby pack season. Roll it up.
Nah,
I love it.
250 is crazy.
Crazy.
You want to put Randy money line in IGD?
Yeah, bro. I want it all, and I want JB to cap it off, bro. Like, you already said what you said on the phone, but bring us home. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think he's gonna land a right cross in the first round, and it's gonna stun Dalby. And like you said, with Fabian Edwards versus Impa, he's gonna hurt him. Don't know if he's gonna finish him. Might be the club and sub at plus. I mean, what? 950. Like, what? Come on. When you're talking about a guy that has that long of arms, has gone for chokes in the UFC before, training with people like Sean Brady, you know he's out there at Marquez.
He's out there?
He's gone out there multiple times. Let me just, make sure I'm not tripping, but I know he's trained over there 100%. So if he's been over there 5 times, I know his submission game has gone up. You know what I'm saying? That's a gym that you train at a few times. So let me look into it. Y'all could talk a little bit more on the fight, but that's where I'm at. Whisper bet of the week: Randy Brown by sub. Done.
Yeah, I mean, I like sub for sure. If ITD is 200 range, it's 1,000 at the sub. He has subs like in the UFC. I don't understand.
Yeah, he has subs in the UFC. He goes for subs in the UFC.
Dalby's been subbed before.
And Dalby's been subbed in the UFC.
And he's durable, quote unquote, right? But like,
durable.
He gets dropped.
Yeah, he gets dropped, and then you can jump on him just like Jesse Ronson did.
Just like
like a mad. Jesse Ronson cracked him with that left hand, that beautiful straight hand, got on top, landed a bunch of ground and pound, and then Dalby gave up the back, and it was a night. And that's kind of what Randy Brown did to Cowboy. And I think he could do that here. Gets the mount, Dalby's trying to get up, and as he gets up, he gives up the back. And, bro, he tapped quick to that rear naked choke, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I just would have never been finished into that point. I was like, wow.
Facts. Yeah. His jiu-jitsu's not terrible, but when he's rocked, it's, it's
different.
And he's coming off the injury too, Dalby. Remember that. 40 years old. And I'm not sure. I haven't like seen any. I know he's trained at Marquez MMA before, but I just heard James Lynch say it in. I was watching like UFC Fight Pass, and he said that he interviewed Brown or whatever, and he's trained at Marquez MMA with Sean Brady.
We want to write down sub too.
You know, Brown doesn't. Yeah, like that. Look, Dalby has a path to victory here. He does, because if he gets out of round one, which I don't think he will, but if he gets out of round one, yes, he can pressure him up against the cage. But I think Brian Battle is better at that game plan than Dalby, to be honest, at this stage of their career. And Brian Battle tried to do the exact same to Brown, and it was a very close split decision. I think Brown's just got way more upside to hurt someone like Dalby than he does Brian Battle. You know, so I just feel like, yeah, Brown's going to, at the very worst, like, I think Dalby's best case scenario is a split decision. That's like his best day. On his best day, he wins via split decision, you know. Yeah. And on Brown's best day, he finishes him in KO. Second best day, submission. Third best day, 30-27. Multiple wobbles. Fourth best day, 29-28. Like, I just think there's so much more upside on Brown. So money line, ITD, all of that stuff, bang it in, please, bro.
Do you want to? I put the money line ITD. You want sub too? 9 out of 1,000.
Yeah,
might as well.
Absolutely do.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, Battle's like a bigger, more durable version of Dalby. Like
younger and just better.
Yeah,
way better striker.
Way more dangerous. Everything.
5 pounds overweight, no less, and like.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
What kind of reach advantage does my man got here? 4 inches. You know, usually he's a little bit more.
3.5, 4.
Younger guy. I like Randy.
Dalby's 40 years old, which is, we can't brush over that.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't look like he's completely washed, but I mean, it could be this fight, literally. Like it's coming at any moment.
Yeah, bro. What's
that dropped by Renat, bro? Fucking this guy's dropping him, no matter what. Like I promise you.
We good for the next one?
Yes, sir. Michelle versus Abus. Man, this is another fight that I spoke of earlier that I think is a past fight. So I don't have much to say about it. I kind of lean Michelle Pereira. I guess I think that he's a little bit more consistent to do more, throw more volume and just do a little bit more shit over 15 minutes. I feel like I can trust him a little bit more in round 3, which is kind of crazy. I just feel like Abus has really bad cardio. He gassed out in the Kai Bahayo fight, which was fought at a pace of minus. It was a minus pace, and he gassed out, which was really bad. He also got hit by a shot in that fight and basically quit mid-fight, which is absolutely insane because it didn't even look like a hard shot. Now, I didn't take the shot, so I don't know. Sometimes shit just hits you and you get caught off guard. But it's like goes into his overall body of work of just looking bad, man. Like he got knocked out by Delano Taylor in like 2 seconds in PFL. You know, you add on to that when he gassed out against Sean Strickland worse than anybody has ever gassed out against Sean Strickland in his entire career. Sean Strickland cannot buy himself a knockout. Brendan Allen was a fluke. Outside of that, he's never done it. You know, he's going to a decision with bums, Jack Marshman, people like this. So it's like, I think Abus kind of showed his colors. Even in the Bruno Ferreira fight, a fight in which he won. I think he won because his opponent gassed out. He looked bad in that fight. In my opinion, got almost finished in that fight. Like, I just trust Michelle a bit more. Now, on Michelle's side, I can't trust him at all. I trust him more. I still don't trust him at all. I trust Abus none, and I trust Michelle 0.1. So basically, I don't trust either of them. I can see Abus grappling in round 2 and round 3 when Michelle gets tired. This is the battle of the gassers, and I don't want to try my best to trust one gasser. So easy pass for me, boys. JB, what are you saying?
You don't like any unders here? Like under 1.5? I was thinking
about me and Jamie spoke about that. 1.5, I don't mind.
I think 7.5 minutes is a pretty long time to give plus money on this. Am I still getting plus money? I was looking about it earlier.
It was like plus 170 earlier today. I hit that.
170?
Yeah, I hit it. I mean, that's crazy.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I'm gonna play that.
Yeah,
if you guys all like it too, I'm definitely gonna go play that.
I don't get how is the doesn't go minus 200 over 1.5 minus 200.
Yep. All right. Saying it's a late finish.
I I feel like it's kind of like we were saying with the Munis one. Like, I feel like it's front loaded finish because this is gonna get sloppy and gassy after 7.5 minutes.
I mean,
Like-
a Bruno Pereira one could have gone to a decision based on
Yeah.
how gassy it was, right? Like, and I think Michel Pereira has better ground defense than Bruno from what I've seen in the fluffy fight.
Yeah, the fluffy fight. I mean, he could have quit so many times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think the 1.5 should be closer to 40% pick 'em, but yeah, I saw plus 170, and I took that earlier today. I think that's crazy.
If the ends ITD is minus 200, then the under should be plus 100.
Yeah,
like minus
think-
110.
yeah,
Surely.
55, 45. I don't know, around there. I don't get it.
Yeah, I honestly it's a massive number. And they both can finish early. I think it's more loaded on the Michelle side,
Yeah,
though.
I think it's more Michelle, but
I
Yeah,
think
Bruce got some front kicks, bro.
Yeah.
I
think it was more I don't know, he's more decision based in this one. Because it's mainly just because I trust Michelle to stay a little bit more solid.
Mm-hmm.
Abus can just crumble. I haven't really seen Michelle crumble ever, really. I mean, except outside of the Dusko Todorovic fight on the regional scene.
That was kind of memey. That was weird.
That was weird, bro. I don't understand what happened. He just got maybe hit in the wrong place. It looked like a weak punch. But yeah, outside of that, I don't know. I might play the under, honestly, man. I mean, it's a massive number. I didn't want to put any more bets this card, personally, but I might actually make that an official bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing
I mean, now. I like the under 1.5, but I also don't hate Abu's decision. It was 400 range. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at Michelle early props. And I was like, these aren't great. And then I saw the under 1.5. I was like, why don't I just take that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's better, bro. Because he definitely could get folded as well. Why not? And he also got a bit of round 2. Nice. Michelle's going to come out hot in round 2 if it could last there. So
yeah,
solid. We'll write that one down. Outside, no one cares about the money lines, I assume. So.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get plus 168 on Bet Online before this show's over.
Bet US had 174 or something earlier today. Tiny limits.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but it's still you can make some. Then
I got a half quarter unit.
Yeah.
On that.
Fair enough.
All right, we good on this one?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh man.
Pull that up. Giga versus Onama. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. I think Onama is the side, but I do think that he can get hurt. You go back and watch Onama's career, and this guy's getting hurt in every single fight. It's not a great look. He's getting hurt in most fights, and in the fights that go to a decision, it's like a miracle that they go to a decision. He went to a decision against Nate Landwehr, which is fucking crazy. If you watch that fight, probably one of the maddest fights I've ever seen. Probably one of the craziest fights in UFC history. And it went to a decision, which is crazy.
I feel like Nate kind of helped it go to decision though.
Who?
Nate. He stood up from mount, but he could have finished it easily. Yeah,
surely, man, surely. But yeah, somehow it went 15 minutes. Even the Mason Jones fight, that was a war. That was a fucking war. If Mason Jones didn't have a brick head, that would have been finished up at 155 pounds there. But that went to a decision somehow. And then the other fight went to a decision with Jonathan Pierce, which is, I think I saw you post about this. It's kind of fucking impressive because
that was impressive to me.
Yeah, because it was you, right? You said that, when Jonathan Pierce gets beaten, it's not because people are out grappling him and out cardioing him in round 3 and beating him.
Taking round 3,
He just gets caught. But yeah, man, Onama out grappled him and out cardioed him and out gritted Jonathan Pierce, which is fucking epic. And I bet on him there. And yeah, I was like, wow, this is very, very impressive. So yeah, that I guess that's the only one that went to a decision that looked like, it probably should have gone to a decision. Just grappling, right? But
yeah,
every fight of Onama is just it's a fucking war or someone gets finished. So I kind of feel like the same can happen here. And the finish is plus money. So I kind of like it. I haven't pulled the trigger myself. I don't know if I will. Ultimately, I think Onama's going to I guess Onama's going to finish him. I think the grappling hole here is massive. I just hate how Onama gets hurt. Like, Onama could look like a massive favorite here, but he could also just like get hurt by like a body kick or like a head kick or something stupid. A right hand down the middle and then he's just wobbling. I don't think his chin's good at all, to be honest. But he's got very, very good heart and decent recoverability, as we've seen in a lot of the fights, like even this last fight against Romero. So, yeah, I think Onama's grappling upside could show itself here. Submission is a big line. Submission round 2 is 21-1. Submission round 3 is 31-1. You called the Gutierrez lines. I'm calling the exact same lines here in Onama for the sub 2-3, except for the KO 2-3. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to predict. Onama submission round 2 at round 3. Onama submission round 3 at plus 3,000. Bang.
I like it.
They opened round 3 sub on FanDuel plus 4,700. I had to hit that. I couldn't track
4,700.
Yep.
BetOnline's already on it, but you can get it somewhere else.
I'll look on FanDuel with it. I think it's plus 3,300 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I don't know if FanDuel like show up here, but
Nah, on a different website you can. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Maybe best fight odds, but I haven't been on that one.
BetOnline, man. Fuck BetOnline, bro. Always trying to be sharp.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah. I don't hate the violence play. I mean, Onama he's shown to be, heart durability, or not durability, heart, but he gets hurt every fight.
Yeah.
Every fight.
So what do you think about the fight?
I don't want to lay Onama just because I don't know, like, is the game plan grapple like off the rip, you know? Because on the feet, I mean, he just shows bad reactions every time he gets hit clean. I wouldn't say he has like a durability problem because he's lasted and he's a dog and he's good in like, ugly fights after the Nate fight. But yeah, I think Chikadze's getting older, doesn't really do well after the first, round and a half. And if Onama's grappling, I want my money on him. But I just, I don't know 100% how hard he's going to press the grappling,
Yeah, that's why I feel like the submission upside play is cool, because it's like he is grappling. Submission looks live. Let's not forget, man, Giga got submitted already, and it was in round 3. Yeah. Giga got submitted a long time ago, and I think people might forget that one. So, yeah, it can happen again here. When a fighter has been finished a certain way, we see time and time again. The same shit happens again, So I think if you are going to beat Giga, it's probably going to be a sub inside the distance. It's probably going to be a submission, and it's probably going to be late because he gasses out in a lot of fights late. When grappling happens, he gasses out like he did not only in the contender fight, but also against Jamal Emmers in round 3. Almost got 10-8'd. Yeah. So
and the Cater,
Cater badly.
I don't know how after the Cater fight, Caceres and Allen didn't. Not even clinch, not a clinch, not a takedown attempt. Like it clearly gassed him out just a round of grappling,
That was terrible looking the Cater fight. It's like the blueprint's right there. If we didn't already know from the Emmers fight. Because the Cater fight, like he was a massive favorite in the Cater fight. And everyone, I guess people were like, oh, maybe he's improved from the Emmers fight. It's a long time ago. No, he hasn't improved. You can still take him down. He still gasses out. He's still a kickboxer. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Write Onama down for me just because we need some legs. Also, that doesn't go to decision plus 120. We'll write that down. And maybe the submission as well, because why not?
I mean, I like the sub because, Giga's shown a pretty good chin, and he's been subbed.
Very good chin. And he's very tough as well,
Yeah, he's not going to – he slows down, but he's not going to, quit.
Nah, no way, man. The Cater fight, like, that guy was dead, and somehow he made it.
I don't know. Round 2, he looked cooked. I don't know how he survived. He's got heart for sure.
Yeah, bro, huge heart.
Round 2 is, like, kind of the worst round until round 5. I was just watching that. Damn, 800 is nuts. Right down, 7? Average it out. All right. Oh, wait. We lost the other JB.
Oh, JB's gone. It's all good, bro. We'll move on to the next fight, and then he'll come back for the end. Try and get this one. Oh, good. Only 2 fights left.
Yeah, we
I'll,
got 2 left.
I'll be quick on this one, just like the fight should be. But to be honest, it is very volatile. So I don't fucking know what's going to happen in this one. I wish someone could tell me what's going to happen because I really don't know. On the one hand, it seems so obvious, you know. Min Yang Zhang KO round 1, like minus 150 or whatever you want to, like insane lines on that. I was doing a parlay video earlier to put out on like social media, give a free parlay. And I was looking at odds. I wanted to get someone by KO. And I was like, okay, maybe Zhang's probably going to get the KO. So let me look at the odds. Zhang KO is minus 240, which is absolutely insane.
It's gross.
I don't know if I've ever seen a KO line at minus 240. Like, I can't remember it. Have you ever seen, like,
maybe like, I don't know, like even like Sergey Pavlovich, it's not like he didn't have this much of like a squash match.
No, he never did, bro.
Or Derek Lewis. So no.
No, because they're never minus.
Yeah, they're never minus. Let me think. No, I don't remember anything even over 200, really.
No, I've never seen it. Or maybe I have, but I can't remember seeing it. Like,
I mean, Ikram is 200, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean. It's like, it's about
we don't like that either.
No way, bro. I hate that. It's like, I'd rather just fade that.
Yeah.
JB saying his laptop died, too much pack. Damn, bro. You better come back because we're about to smoke on the Zhang pack. I think. I don't know, man. I actually do know JB has a take on this one. So hopefully I can string out so he can come back, or we'll just touch on it again. But
yeah,
man, like, I don't believe in Zhang, bro. Like, I don't think this guy's been smashed on the regionals multiple times. He's been finished. He's been finished so many fucking times. And I don't think this guy's amazing. I will say, though, this guy is a very pinpoint striker for the division. You know, he's a very pinpoint striker. He kind of reminds me of Tulio in the sense that and I know it's a different division, but the light heavyweight Tulio, in the sense that he actually lands his shot. He's got a wide range of shots on the feet, not just boxing. Like, he's got very good elbows. He'll throw some knees. It's mainly like elbows, and it's just like uppercut, you know, he'll throw a shovel uppercut or a step back hook, 1-2. Like, he's got a lot of different variations of shots, mainly with his elbows and his hands. And Tulio, he has a lot of shots with his lower body as well. But, you know, upper body, he has every strike in the book. You know, up elbow, kind of like Gene Silva, up elbow, uppercut, step back left hand. Like, you know, Zhang has a wide arsenal of strikes with his hands and elbows, which I like to see at the higher weight classes, because we don't often see that at the higher weight classes. It's more of a lower weight class thing. So I do think he can catch Smith, you know, with maybe a big elbow or drop him or something like that. Smith seems like he's got 1 foot out the door, maybe even 1.5 feet out the door. He was a desk analyst 2 weeks ago on the Volkanovski card when he should have been knee-deep in camp. 8 weeks ago on his Instagram, he posted "Retirement is looming" with a photo of him and his daughter. 8 weeks ago is when you should just be ramping up, you know, the last part of your camp before you start, you should be knee-deep in camp, like ramped up at that time. So it's interesting to see 2 weeks ago, analyst, 8 weeks ago, retirement looming, you know, 4 months ago, Dominic Reyes quit job. Like, it's not looking good for Anthony Lionheart Smith. But I will say that Min Yang Zhang is not minus 600 worthy here against someone who literally just beat someone who was the same line in Vitor Petrino about 1.5 years ago or something around that time. Guillotine. I think Anthony Smith has a chance of a submission here. I can't come in front of the camera and say I'm confident in someone like Min Yang Zhang, man. I just can't do it. The under 1.5 is probably all right, but at the end of the day, man, if Zhang does win, maybe Smith just kind of cowers away for a round or two and then survives over. So I can't lay the under either. JB, tell us the hottest take of the week, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a value thing. I took Smith at plus 390. I just give him, you know, around a 25, maybe 27% chance to win this fight. I think he's live for a submission, like you said. If this fight hits the ground, I don't think Zhang's proven down there versus this level of opposition. if they were to go against each other in a BJJ competition, I think Smith would sub him quite easily, maybe with a triangle, something like that. He competes in grappling tournaments regularly. One last ride for Anthony Smith, and he said he's going to come out here hot, so that could be something for the under 1.5. He said he's going do or die in the first round, so it's interesting to hear somebody say that, but at the same time, I think Zang is not the most skilled fighter to be that big of a price tag, so has to be Smith for me, and rooting for him to go out with a win here. Likely gets knocked out, though, honestly. Like, just being true.
Yeah. What's Smith submission and Smith submission round 1?
This ITD price is crazy, $625.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
you can get 1,000, sub 1.
Smith's gonna finish this guy, bro. I promise you.
No, I think I might put a few hundred on that ITD price, like right now.
One guy's, the fight to not go the distance, -5, whatever, and Smith ITDs. Yeah. I don't agree with that equity.
No, yeah, I played the, like, I don't know, it sounds crazy. I played the over, like, early when it was like over 200. Just Smith, like, yeah, he's getting finished, but who is like smoked him in round 1? Like, it's mostly mercy stoppages late.
Can y'all hear that train right now? That's the money train running in right now. The money train is running. There's a train really for real in the background, but the money train is coming in right now. It's Anthony Smith money line. It's Anthony Smith by sub this weekend, guys.
I think, yeah, I mean,
lock it in.
That ITD is crazy.
You reckon subs better than ITD? 1,000's better than 6?
I think ITD 625 that's the play for me.
You reckon he can?
I agree with you, bro. I got killed by Askar Mozarov.
That's one of the worst losses I've ever seen in history as well, by the way. That's not good, Mozarov is he's ineligible, bro. He's an ineligible fighter.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Tapology, bro. That guy's not legible.
Appreciate all the people in the chat, man. Appreciate all y'all. 31 likes. Yeah. Appreciate everybody who liked the video. Shout out to y'all.
How much? 31.
31. I appreciate those 31 people. I'm not going to.
Fuck that. 31 likes, bro. What the fuck is that? 472 live viewers and we got 31 likes. Come on, bro. You lot, man. What the fuck, bro? This is like 2 hours.
That ratio needs some work, yo.
Come on, man. Come on, boys.
My guy, Mr. West, though. I like my guy Tanner Austin in the chat. He got me laughing, talking about JB surrendered to the pack. Nah, man, my laptop just died. And you know what? We still here.
All right. Anything on this one? The ITDs. I mean,
Smith money line. Smith by ITD. Smith
to
the bank.
If you put that guy in a parlay, you should retire as well.
Yeah.
Just like
I forget it is a parlay show.
It's a parlay show, bro.
We got crazy sub props and all these things written down, but Smith can't win.
What's more crazy? I think Smith's the craziest one in a parlay out of all of those, honestly.
I mean,
I think Amorim is kind of crazy KO. I know you don't agree, though. I do, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely not parlaying that, but I like writing down good shit. Like, I know you don't gotta parlay it, but
exactly, it's true. We don't have to parlay it. We're just taking a stand.
Yeah,
you're limited, bro. Put Anthony Smith for me.
Right, Smith ITD. We'll take a stand against the people.
Yeah,
the odds makers. We'll take a stand.
Yeah, there you go. Cool with that.
All right,
ready for main?
Cool with that.
Ready for the main event. Ian Garry, Carlos Prates. It's getting late, so let's summarize this.
Yep.
I think Ian Garry has a good style to work on the outside for a couple of rounds. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it for 25 minutes against someone like Carlos, who, is vetted in kickboxing, Muay Thai. The thing is, though, is that, if you're a Muay Thai fight, you can kind of struggle if someone runs on the outside. Now, if it's a pure striking match, then eventually you're going to catch them if you have good footwork. If you're a Muay Thai fighter, eventually you're going to beat down the lead leg, and the karate point fighter is going to he's going to get crowded at some point and have to stand with you and take big shots. Now, in an MMA fight, he doesn't have to, because when you get close now, you can clinch up. So I could see a world in which Garry's running on the outside, throwing leg kicks, winning minutes. Prates is stalking him down. He's like, don't worry, I'm going to catch you. But then when they do come in close range, then Garry goes to the clinch, but more specifically the body lock. If he goes to the clinch, I think, Carlos is going to be able to use his Muay Thai experience there. But if he goes to the body lock and tries to do the leg reaps, puts his head on Carlos's head, presses him against the cage, and as he presses the upper body, he goes for the jiu-jitsu style leg reaps. I mean, I think he can kind of squash the minutes in close by doing that, and then win by running on the outside and throwing jabs and leg kicks. And very fast high kick, rear leg high kick, and lead leg high kick, which he has. So I feel like Garry's got a clear path to victory here. On the other hand, I don't think Garry has the jiu-jitsu to finish Carlos on the ground. Could it happen? Yes. It's actually more favored than his KO, I believe. So I don't know about that. But yeah, like he's had submission attempts on fighters before, so it could happen. I think a lot of people are thinking he can submit him. But watching Carlos Prates jiu-jitsu looks pretty good to me. He almost submitted that undefeated Dagestani wrestler at one championship, which is pretty fucking solid, it stands out quite a lot to me. And Garry just hasn't shown propensity to sub anyone in the UFC. So I don't know why he's going to do it to someone like a Brazilian guy who's shown good jiu-jitsu before. So I ended up picking Carlos Prates KO on my official prediction on my show earlier this week. But man, I'm going back and forth about this one, boys. I'm not confident about it. I just wanted to give my read on the strike in there. If Garry stands in front of Carlos, he's getting knocked the fuck out. I'm pretty confident in that. It's just Garry has a path to victory here in the MMA contest. So yeah, I don't know who I'm going with. I'll stick with Carlos Prates KO. I just think that 25 minutes is a long time to catch it. Garry's been hurt before. Carlos can do damage in strikes over 25. I don't think Carlos is going to gas out here. I don't think Garry's going to submit him here. So those are like two of the big things that Garry fans are saying. Garry's going to, have better cardio and he's going to submit him. I don't think that's going to happen either. So I'll pick Prates KO, but 50-50 fight. Could go either way. Not confident. Don't mind that goes to a decision as an upside play on the Garry side. And Prates' decision is plus 600, which is fucking insane. Garry goes to close decisions with fighters who probably aren't as good as Carlos. So that's it, boys. Bang.
You said plus 600?
Prates' decision, yeah, it was, bro, a few days ago.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to knock Garry out. I actually think this could go to decision at a decent clip. What's the odds on fight goes? I think it goes over.
175? Yeah, nice.
He goes over.
Yeah, that decision.
It goes over 2.5.
750 Prates decision is nuts.
Woo!
Yeah.
What book is that?
Bovada, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Boys,
I like
Can I ask you a question? Before the Ian Garry versus Rachmanov finish, right? If I said to you, fight. If I said to you guys, who do you think's the bigger finisher, Carlos Prates or Shavkat Rachmanov? What would you have said to me?
Yeah, Shavkat, sure.
Definitely.
You would have said Shavkat, right? But Shavkat went to a decision with him. First decision of his entire career. Why can't Carlos go to a decision with him here?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Plus 750.
That's actually like ridiculous.
It's going to be a close fight, bro, if it goes to the scorecards. That's all I'm going to say. And fighting nerds have been on fire.
Garry's always in close fights at the scorecards for the most part anyway. Against a good level of competition. Michael Venom Page and Jeff Neal and Shavkat Rachmanov were all fucking split fights, basically.
You know what I think part of it is? I think people think like Carlos Prates is just going to he smokes the cigarettes, right? He's just going to completely fall off a cliff in 4 and 5. But we haven't seen any hint of that. Man's looks.
It's a guess.
Bro, he's gone 3 rounds being grappled the fuck, throwing up triangles from his back, being brutalized from top position, locking in tight rear naked chokes, squeezing with all his might, and looks completely fine at the end of the 15 minutes against the Dagestani wrestler on top of you. That is way more taxing than Garry running on the outside the octagon and throwing the occasional leg kick. You guys have done, JB, you're a jiu-jitsu guy, bro. You know the difference in cardio between grappling and striking. Striking's way less cardio taxing, and he's held up fine in grappling Why can't he hold up fine in striking? That's a ridiculous. I don't know why people are saying Prates is going to gas out. Like that is it's absolutely insane to me. I'm so confident he's not going to gas out.
The cigarettes. It's the cigarette narrative, and that he's like people just haven't seen him in 4 or 5. We've seen Garry in 4 or 5. That's the narrative, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Man, plus 750. I'm going to play that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, this guy in the chat said, Prates K over Magny was like in the 300 range. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We were talking about the highest KO.
Wow. Yes, that
makes sense. That makes sense.
A good one. But yeah, that's probably like that's what I mean. Like my whole point to mention that was like it's because it's 2025. You know, this shit's happening now. Like it wasn't happening years ago.
No.
And obviously that one was only like a few months ago. But yeah, that's a good shout. So I don't know, boys. Like I guess goes to a decision is plus EV. I guess Prates decision is plus EV.
I'm playing Prates decision 100%.
The only thing is I do favor Garry in a decision, right? So I wouldn't want to fully fade Garry decision.
I could see him getting robbed.
I mean, Garry decision 250 is solid.
Yeah. So what's then the actual? So the GTD is
160. I mean, I have to run some math, but I don't know.
Yeah. Let me do that quickly. Yeah, I mean, I like both of them to be. I just like the fight to go to a decision.
Yeah.
Even though I picked Prates KO, but that's how you know I'm not convicted.
That's how you know you're a gambler.
Low confidence.
Lines, right? I'm talking about the line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how you know I'm gambling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Prates decision plus fucking 700 is stupid.
Yeah, I mean.
So write those ones down, bro, and then we'll make some parlays.
Yeah. Go Prates. Anything else?
No.
All right.
It's tough, bro. This is tough. Could I go first?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck me, bro. This is tough. I'll go with Gage Young. Should I just take the decision, or is that like his money line, or what do you think?
It's his money line. Decision is like 400.
All right. Well, then let's put it in. Like I'll go with that, and then I'll go with the decision for Young.
I'll bet.
Yeah, and then I'll go with what's it called? Randy Brown minus 270, and that's it. That's gonna be my play.
Short and sweet. All right. Yeah, I like Young decision. That's pretty.
Yeah, you got to bring up the odds though. Unless you want me to do that part, bro, I could do it.
Oh, like the parlay odds calc? Yeah, I can pull that up.
All right.
Actually,
I could do it for you.
I don't want to be like searching around for it on this.
Yeah, I got you. You got some porn.
What about you, James? You want to start yours?
Yeah, man. Can you bring it can you make it bigger so I can see?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go with. Actually, we didn't write Amorim submission round 1 there. What's the price for that?
Yeah, I can go look at that.
I know it's like plus 200 on Bet Online and a couple of, Bet 365.
That's not bad. That's not bad. For her most likely outcome, I'll give you.
No,
that.
She's gonna chase it. Like, there's gonna be multiple sub attempts like locked in. I could see that. Pretty clear.
I don't blame you for that.
I just feel like a KO would happen late after she's already tried to sub her like 4 times. Oops.
I'm telling you, these guys ATT, man, they play for keeps, bro.
Yeah.
But she's a woman too. It's 115. Woman's like 115. How often do you see? But Jillian did it.
Damn, it's gross now. That's kind of.
That's Bet Online. That's some bullshit, though.
Yeah. The other sites aren't showing up.
It's all good. It's all good. Just leave it.
Okay.
I'll use. All right. See, we don't really have that many good legs this week.
Maybe
nothing stepping out. I probably will. Nothing stepping out on me. Like, yeah, this is great.
I got plus 585 for my parlay, by the way. Whenever.
All right. I'll use that under 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said what was it? Plus
585.
Cool.
Oh, you took Randy Brown, man. Okay, sweet.
You can double up if you want, but
I'll probably take him inside.
You want that?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it's inside 200. Shit, it went down. Yeah, I'll
It went
take
down
Rand.
a lot. It went down a lot. But you can find better. Like
You can
Bovada
definitely
had
find
250, but Bet Online was like in the ones.
I'll take that.
Cool.
FanDuel plus 250 for that. Oh.
Yeah. Like other
What's
books, we
What's
can
the
switch
odds?
that up.
All right, let me see.
I got you. I'll let you know whenever I. So you just want those two?
I'll check the odds. Plus 509. How much is Jocelyn Edwards on top? She's gonna win, bro.
290 is not bad.
It's plus
Yeah,
719. It would make
Yeah, okay. Add Edwards, and we have that as a plus 719. That's nice. Bro, you gotta do the Lou. That's the Lou parlay. That's not the James parlay. I'm Lou right now. I'm channeling Lou.
Yeah.
All right. How do was it?
I'm James when I talk about like the gym and cold showers and all that shit. Right now, I'm talking about gambling. I'm the LU, the LU, and JB is the Jew. You know, it's JB like when you see him in person, but he's a Jew. The JU is the JU.
Oh, Lou and the Jew. I forgot. Excuse me. What are
J-
the odds on this?
JU, by the way. It's
719. 719.
there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Are we
cooking
doing?
that.
Are we doing a Lou and the Jew? Because you know me.
Yeah, that's what we do, right? Now this is the combination one.
I'm off my rocker.
Yeah, all right, bro.
All right. What's the word?
You want to take it away?
Yeah, I got to see the legs though. Can you scroll up?
Yeah, I'll go up.
Thanks, bro. You're the man. You guys all want to do one?
Yeah.
We don't all have to go like fucking.
I don't need to do it, but
We don't have to all go off our rocker, but we can all pick one leg, and then like one of us does a crazy one.
Onama submission.
You think that's good or Prada's better? Yeah, I like Onama sub. What do you think about Onama 2-3?
Yeah, I love it.
Better than the sub, right? Because he could KO him now.
Calvin could have subbed him in round one, though, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, and he did get sub before in round one. But you think
I mean,
Onama's going to come out
But the price not as good, right?
for the what 2-3?
2-3 is not as good as KO. Is not as good as sub.
It's like
Surely.
plus 750, and then round 3 is plus 1200.
go on both.
I was just
Probably is.
no, it's up to you, bro. I'm asking you, like, what do you think? You think if you think he subs him in the first round, you know what I'm saying? Then
It can happen just because of the level. Because Calvin, had the chance, but I think it comes. I think 2-3 is better because he might just ground and pound him or some shit.
that's what I was thinking, bro. But I don't want to block your shine either.
I don't know. Giga's tough though.
Yeah, he has got a good.
Tough to see Giga get KO'd, but to be honest, Onama has hurt like a lot of people,
I just think age, durability,
True.
everything, like just kind of. I think he could just kind of steam. Let me see what the odds are. I'm not gonna stop you. You take what you think, though, bro. Plus 750 for round 2 and plus 1200 for round 3.
Yeah, so just do a split the parlay then. One parlay will have round 2 in, and one parlay will have round 3 in.
All right.
Yeah. And some people out there, if they
Obama.
He's not fighting this weekend.
I'm crying. I think it comes late. I see plus 1200 on FanDuel for the round 3.
For round 3, all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's when it happens.
I'm good with that one.
Okay, cool.
What else we like?
What do you like, my guys? I want to hear your.
I like this. I mean,
Okay, I was
but
liking that.
it's
one
not.
too.
It's nothing crazy.
No. We need those legs. We already got the crazy one, bro. You
We
don't go
need
too crazy.
one.
I think that's perfect, Czar. I think that's perfect. Put that in for leg Czar. The Loot, the Jew, and the Czar, and the Jamie. What could we put for him?
Uh,
The Loot, the
the-
Jew.
You guys sure you want that one? Are you sure? No.
yeah, bro. You're part of the
Yeah,
show, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's your leg, dude.
It's your leg, bro. It's your leg.
Yeah, that'll be my leg.
All right.
All right. Do your leg.
Let me see. I kind of want to go chalk here.
Edwards.
I was looking at Romero versus Kuwamba goes the distance. What do y'all think about that? Or should I go mad and go Ikram versus Munis goes the distance?
Well, what's more likely, Ikram GTD or Prates decision? Probably Ikram GTD, isn't it?
I really like Ikram ETD or GTD, but just parlaying that's kind of crazy.
What would all right? So what are our odds right now with the
Just
2-3?
those.
That'll be big.
I don't have the calc on me. My bad.
No, you're good, man.
I can get it.
See what we can do.
So the bottom one is plus 3,345. And then the top one will be plus 2,020.
Those are already crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was actually nuts.
2020, bro, the year of the COVID.
I'm gonna go with Munis versus Ikram to go the distance at plus 3.
All right, if we hit that, we should retire like Anthony Smith, man. We've done all we need to do in the game of MMA betting.
I mean, obviously, it's a fucking stupid long shot, bro. Like,
Nah, bro. Every stupid long shot started off. Every stupid long shot that hit started off as a stupid long shot, bro.
Facts.
yeah, I do. On
So-
this week, I'll take anything. Give me something to have.
So the top one. Wait,
Yeah.
is this right? I don't know if this. Top one is 83-1, where it's 83-80,
Cool.
and then the bottom one is gonna be 136-1.
I
100.
wonder if the people like when we go this crazy, bro. Because we
100
I mean, there's lotto ticket.
Bro, we've been one leg. I went back and watched some of the episodes, bro. We've been one leg away from so many parlays. It's fucking disgusting.
That's what happens when you bet parlays, bro. It's so fucking annoying. You know, someone DM'd me the other day, and I'm sorry if you're watching this because I didn't reply to the DM because, like, I get a lot of fucking DMs and I can't reply to everyone, and I just don't know what to say to this, boys. Like, this guy DM'd me, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like, I'm a fan of your stuff. I've been hitting these parlays, and I've been hitting these 8-leg parlays for months, and every week I'm only one leg off. What do you think I could do to improve and hit one?" I'm like, what the fuck do I say? Fucking no, like what? Stop losing the one leg? Like, what the fuck do you want me to say to that? But that is how parlays go, you know. You always lose one leg. Somehow you lose one leg.
Yeah, Honcho got the idea, bro. He really does.
Yeah, round robin it. That's smart.
Yeah.
I think that's it, boys. I just want to make sure these odds are correct live on stream because I was using some dodgy odds calculator.
It looks right to me. I like did the first one.
Can you just call out the odds? Plus 700.
Plus 165, plus 300 for the first one.
Oh yeah, 83-80, and then the net. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are right.
Sound right.
All right, boys. That's it, man. That's a fucking wrap. Hopefully we hit this 136-1, and then we're gonna quit Parlay Madness forever.
Yeah, last show.
Last show, long show. Jamie, Zar, appreciate you being here, bro. For real, man. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Had fun.
You helped us a lot. And yeah, man, just thanks for being on. Everyone in the chat, show love to the man Zar. Go follow him on Twitter. Zar Bets, I believe it is. But yeah, bro, shout out your social media for everyone.
Yeah. Just like you said, Zarbets _ Twitter. That's where I'm at. Appreciate you having me on. It was fun.
Yeah,
Next
man.
time I'll have the parlay odds calc though.
You're good, bro. I think I might do a Luju too, with instead of Ikram and Munis goes the distance. I think I might do like a Randy inside the distance, like just myself. I don't know if I'll change it, but
Okay.
you gotta write it down. Oh man,
I got you.
instead of me changing my leg,
You want to?
No, you can't change it because
I can't change my leg. But
if it hits, then like that's
no, I know.
You know, someone commented on the last thing saying you had loads of winning parlays written out and then you removed it.
I know.
I didn't watch it, so you must have written.
No. It wasn't that. I had I was gonna do Pitbull, and then you were like, no, and it would have hit.
Pitbull?
That's what it was. Like a few weeks ago. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I wanted to go for the mad parlay, so Pitbull was going in there no matter what.
Yeah, I think. Well, wasn't it the one where we was going to put Sabatini or Pitbull, and we put Sabatini?
That was you. Right? That was you. No, it was Sabatini and GM3. That was you.
Oh yeah, and put GM3 instead. But if we would have put Sabatini, we would have won.
Yeah, it was between. But it's not like you removed it. You were just deciding between the two.
Yeah, we didn't remove it, but fuck, it was between those two, which is annoying.
I know. We said it was more risky. Yeah, Zara was dope.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for coming on. And that's it, boys. JB, anything to say before we skedaddle?
Now I'm gonna go play those parlays right now. I wanted to just let the people know I'm gonna do both of them.
Zara, can you DM those to me, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
Just like copy and paste them and DM. All right.
Well, I don't have the odds on the last one, but yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. I just need to know the legs, and I'll put them in myself. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. All
right, that's it. We're out, boys. Peace and love. Take care. Another stream down. Bang.
Dalby.